Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now. I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Network. Well, we're going to talk about Mayor Lori Lightfoot because once again, her priorities are in all the wrong places right now. Like all of the urban warfare that's going on in her city, she's not worried about that. She's worried about how dark an ad has made her look on TV. Yeah, while homicide rates continue to rise in her city, and people are ducking and running and tucking and rolling for cover. Talk about being completely disconnected with what your city really and truly needs. Well, of course, we've got an individual that is running for governor named Darren Bailey up there who ran an ad. And it appears that Lori Lightfoot's skin looks darker in the ad. Okay, I don't know if that matters. I guess she's mad because she's blacker face. Is that what we're calling this? I don't know what we should call this. But again, I think if she's worried about this, by the way, the ad's not run against her. It's not. It's run against J.B. Pritzker. So, again, I'm not really sure where her priorities are, but we'll take a look at this. Mayor Lightfoot accuses conservative PAC of darkening her skin in an anti-Governor J.B. Pritzker TV ad. Oh, good grief. Mayor Lori Lightfoot is calling out conservative super PAC over a new ad that includes her image to attack Governor Pritzker. She claims the ad uses, quote, racist tropes and altered her skin to appear darker. The 30-second spot was paid for by pro-Darren Bailey Political Action Committee and opens with a clip of Lightfoot from a city club speech in April that she said darkened her skin. I'm black and I'm proud of that. So why do you need to blacken what I look like to send this ad out to suburban communities? Wow. Maybe he should have made you rainbow colored. I don't know. The ad was created by the people who play by the rules PAC, headed by a conservative radio host, Dan Proff. He denies changing the color of Lightfoot's skin or darkening any other image in the TV spot. Quote, it's insane. It's pathetic. It's somebody who is trying to do the old race hustle that we know very well in Chicago. Yeah, that pretty much shouldn't surprise us. Let's see. I think we might be able to actually watch this commercial. Let's look.
Will be the summer of joy in Chicago.
Thanks to Governor Pritzker, the lawlessness of Chicago will soon be the law statewide. Stop Chicago violence from coming to your town. Vote no on Pritzker.
And folks, just wait till Memorial Day and our summer. It will be the summer of joy in Chicago. It will be the summer of joy in Chicago. It will.
Actually, it looks like the tint of the entire ad is darker, okay? It's not just her. Look, when we do videos, we can add filters to change the look of a video, right? Well, they darkened every scene in that. That wasn't something specifically that was done at Lightfoot. That was darkened all the way around through the entire ad. And I'm sorry, but last time I checked, urban and gang warfare is not something to be particularly bright, shiny, and cheery about. If I'm just keeping it absolutely real, I mean, come on. The 30-second advert then cuts to several consecutive scenes of shadowy figures in the city's crime-ridden streets, shooting, accompanied by the sound of gunfire and the sound of citizen screams over the roar of gunfire. I mean, okay. I mean, what's the problem here? Quote, I don't think there's any dispute that I'm African American. She said I'm black and proud. Okay, that's fine. The progressive who notoriously slashed a whopping $59 million from Chicago's police budget in 2020 during the defund the police protest, but performed an abrupt about-face on that policy August of 2021. Amid increasing crime, went on to slam the commercial as both a cheap trick and a false narrative. What's false about it? What's false about it? I mean, really, every week we have a running video episode that is nothing but the violence that happened over the weekend in Chicago. I don't know that anything was false in that ad. Really and truly? Let's think about that a moment. Good grief. That's showing how out of touch these people are. The ad, which harks back to the 1994 controversial showing of Time magazine's darkening of O.J. Simpson's skin on their cover during the NFL star's infamous murder trial, uses the oldest racist tropes that there are to get the PAC's point across, Lightfoot added. That message, she continued, comes during a time when people should be cooperating to solve the myriad of problems currently facing the city and the rest of the state as well. To make scary black woman even blacker, to show scary black men on TV, and to say this to the suburbs, the white people. So are we saying there's no black people in the suburbs? Because that in itself is sort of racist, to be honest with you, Lori Lightfoot. But I guess you don't see things that way. Black people can't be successful and live in the suburbs. Am I getting that quote correctly? Quote, you don't want this coming to your town, so vote for Darren Bailey. Who the hell does? I mean, come on, really? That is the height of racism and cynicism, and we don't need it anywhere, certainly not in our politics. Really? Because you guys pull out the race card any chance you possibly get to pull it out and use it. The lowest hanging fruit imaginable is something the Democrats do on a regular basis. Let's scroll down. Because Lightfoot has denounced the defund the police movement, backtracking last August after the shooting of Officer Ella French. Anybody remember that? I do. The entire police force turned their back to Lori Lightfoot earlier that month, unveiling a new plan to, quote, ironically, refund the police. The very next month, in September, Lightfoot unveiled a $16.7 billion spending plan Monday that boosted funding for the department, lifting the Chicago police budget to an annual budget to $1.9 billion and up from $1.7 billion in 2021. I suspect the Daily Mail should have said $16.7 million there. The plan relied on federal money to help dig the city out of deficit that reached new heights during Lightfoot's time in office to $73 million, and outlined a prospective funding for new community programs Lightfoot asserted would help the troubled city pull through the ongoing pandemic and address prevailing gun issues or issues of gun violence and crime. What, like her Give Back the Gun program that offers $1 million in incentives to get guns back? And they've only had literally one person to take up that offer. One. I did a video on that. Every conviction they get out of it, a person can get $10,000. There's literally only been $10,000 out of an allowed $1 million that's actually been used. I mean, come on. Is that one of your great programs? Roughly a year later, violent crimes are still up across the board in Chicago, especially when compared to prior to the pandemic, around the time Lightfoot was sworn into office in May 2019. According to the latest statistics in the Chicago Police Department, crimes are still on the rise in Chicago after crime in both 2021, 2022, or 2020 surged to heights not seen in decades. Murders are up a whopping 33% from 2019, before the pandemic inspired an influx of crime to plague the city's streets. I mean, come on. I mean, that's in 2021, the city's murder rate jumped to a high not seen in a quarter century, reaching 519 murders, the most since the mid-1990s. Small crimes such as theft has also surged since last year by a whopping 66%, from 1,871 to 3,149. Robberies are up by nearly 20%. My God. Gun violence, meanwhile, arguably the city's most pressing and prevailing issue, has slowed from 2,239 shootings last year to 1,828 so far in 2022. We're calling that an improvement. Okay. The rate of crimes committed by armed offenders, however, has increased dramatically since the start of the 2019 pandemic in 2020. I think the real thing they're looking to say here is, since she took office, essentially, crime is way up across the board. Let's keep it real. And she's worried about her skin tone in an ad right now. I've said before, I'll say it again. Why is this woman, especially on weekends, not locked away with her entire legions of police leaders in a war room somewhere specifically addressing crime in real time? She's not, because she don't care. She'd be afraid to piss off the progressives if she took any kind of an aggressive stance actually against crime. She's not going to do it. And if she did do it, then Kim Fox wouldn't prosecute them. Come on. Wow. This is having your priorities in all the wrong places. You know, yeah, they darkened the entire ad from beginning to end, because you know what shootings and killings are, and urban violence and warfare and gang violence? It is, in fact, dark and scary. So it looks to me like the ad did exactly what it should have done. These kind of ads are produced to wake people up. Good. I don't see anything wrong with that. Good. Oh, but it's supposed to target the white people in the suburbs. Is this on? Black people can't live in the suburbs? I mean, is that a thing? Can we get a direct quote on that, Lord Lightfoot? Because that certainly sounds like what you insinuated. That truly, I mean, come on. Do you really think that black people in the suburbs wants a bunch of crime coming to their area? Because, nah, they don't. What an idiot she is. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Lori Lightfoot, oh my God, the entire ad's darker. Even the white guys got darker faces in the ad. Some bitch made me look Italian. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.